Hi, this is Peter,
Hi, this is Sandra,
and we're medievalist.net.
and today we're doing the Borgias vlog on Death on a Pale Horse. We're going to talk about episode 7 a little bit, and we're going to start off with how the episode started off with Cesare and Ursula, who is now Sister Martha, I think.
Yeah, he, for an odd coincidence, she goes to a nunnery that he is controlling.
The benefactor of that nunnery.
So he gets to find out where she is fairly quickly.
And he goes to see her and tries to convince her, whatever, and she's not having any of it. She insists that Cesare delivered her to God. Cesare's not too thrilled about that delivery. He was hoping she would be delivered to him, but
her new man is Jesus.
Yes, and then Cesare quips that, well, I have another rival and I can't really kill him. And she's like, you're blaspheming. I had to laugh. That was just like the best line ever.
Yeah, he's a very interesting dude, Chese.
Dude, Chesy, as I love to call him affectionately. So, he has a love fail.
Yes. But we don't think it's over. We don't think it's over between the two of them yet.
No, I don't, because I remember watching a clip, some kind of a quick preview where she rolls over and says, tell me how much you love me. He said, I love you to the point of madness. And I don't recall seeing that clip yet. So, I think that she might, bust out of the nunnery. Or he might bust her out or sleep with her or something.
I'm thinking like that nunnery might be on the French invasion route. So
could be.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then speaking of invasions, we have the invasion of Italy, starting with Lucca.
Yes, Charles VII has a Charles VIII. I'm very sorry.
We're really bad with our French names.
Yes, that's right. Hard to remember them all.
Yeah.
But Charles arrives in Lucca, and they're going to surrender to him. But
move towards. There we go.
There
he's on camera.
Thanks.
Carry on.
Charles arrives. Instead of taking the city by treaty and having a nice old time, he unleashes his forces against him, and it was a great scene visually. I have to say,
of course, death, destruction for Peter. Military madness.
Yes, they have this unleashing of the cannons that tear apart the walls, and then they have the French troops storm the city, and we see a lot of killing, and it was an expensive scene. I'm sure a lot of it was CGI, but there's a lot of extras in this scene. A lot of guys in nice armor.
Very burnished, nicely polished armor.
Yes.
And Peter's bitching that the armor looked too shiny, that they wouldn't have looked that neat. But then my comment is this. Yeah. You're marching through unhindered and nobody's stopping you. Why would your armor get all dirty, right? Yeah. Exactly. There we go.
So, and of course, Charles later says, well, I have to do this because my men need the spoils of war. They're not going to come. My 25,000 soldiers aren't going to be coming just for the ride. They're here to, make money, and they know that Lucca is really the only chance they get.
I want to speak to a scene that I really liked in the invasion where Della Rovere realizes I've screwed up. He realizes what he's invited upon the Italian people when they get into the town, and he's like, can you not stop this carnage? This is unnecessary, wanton killing of women and children. And all of a sudden, in the background, you have Savonarola's prophetic vision going on about blood and murder and death, and a woman's dying in his arms after he rips a soldier off of her. And we remember that this was, are you the cardinal in red? And yeah, he is. And he realizes, also more to the point, what Charles said to him about be careful what you wish for when you wish for war.
Yeah.
And now Della Rovere realizes what he's unleashed on his countrymen, and I can tell he really is sorry for it.
Yeah, he's definitely a really conflicted soul at this point, and he goes out and he manages to get Florence to surrender. And there's a great scene with him.
And Machiavelli. Machiavelli's says in the Medici Lord, well, now that you've surrendered all of the Republic of Florence, can we just drink some wine? Best line ever.
The,
Booze will make it better.
yes.
Thank you, Niccolo Machiavelli.
Yes. Machiavelli knows all. So.
Machiavelli, I love
and
him.
so I'm looking forward to see because I know a bit about the history of this. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with Savonarola next and what's going to happen in Florence. Although it's really about the Rome,
Well, the Pope's definitely called for Savonarola to be burned at the stake now. So it's going to be coming soon. I'm assuming he's probably he was burned at the stake in 1494.
Next episode should be Savonarola's high point when he takes over Florence. So we'll see how it kind of unravels. So.
Lastly, we're going to touch on Lucrezia. She's obviously continuing this romance. I love her. Her devious little Borgia nature is popped out.
Yes.
When she realizes that her husband is well and wants to come to bed and screw her, and she really doesn't want him to touch her. So she puts some water on the floor, and he has a nasty fall.
He has a little slip, and we can't do it that night.
Shoot, we can't do it.
Yeah.
But she's been doing Paolo, the stable hand or boy or groomsman or whatever he is.
Poor little Pablo.
With his bowl haircut.
He can't even read. So
no Petrarch, right.
Yeah.
So they're out doing business in the woods and whatever. And then, Lord Sforza tells her about the invasion and that they're coming for the Borgias and that he's reneged on his agreement in the marriage. Kind of the whole point of the marriage was
that he would help.
He would help give them arms and he paid for her dowry with Jem's life.
Yeah.
And then she falls ill at the table, and you're like, oh, wow, this news really upset her. But then later on you find out when Giulia Farnese visits that she's has morning sickness and she's carrying Groomboy's baby. She's a baby mama now.
Yeah, that's the nice,
she's a Borgia baby mama.
That's the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger at the end is Lucrezia's got knocked up by the stable boy.
Yes, and of course, and everyone and since Lucrezia hasn't been sleeping with her husband, it's going to be a big scandal.
Right, because of course there's no immaculate conception with Lucrezia. We all know that.
That's right.
Those horseback rides with Narcissus in the woods ended up, as she calls him, my Narcissus. Anyways. So we end off with Giulia Farnese discovering that she's pregnant and not with Lord Sforza's baby.
Yes.
So she's like, you know what? We got to make like a tree and leave. We better get out of Dodge before the Lord Sforza wakes up and finds out. Because, obviously he's going to put two and two together. And so that's pretty much where it ends up.
I know. It was a lot that happened. A lot of politics, a lot of intrigue. We have a great scene where the Pope is confessing, and you can see how much stress he's under, but he's getting some hope. So,
and so it was a pretty packed episode, but there were just really three revolving points, and I enjoyed it. Peter enjoyed it because there was a lot of armor, and burnished shininess and war. So, and the King of France, I'm really enjoying his character, so I'm looking forward to more fun from him.
He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, there's a nice little parley he had with Machiavelli there at one point with his swords, or his spears, I can't get through your lovely city. He's like, why don't you put your spear backwards, my lord? Duh. Yeah. But it was good anyways. I really enjoyed that episode. I can't wait for next week's episode. It looks really good. So I'm excited, and I'm glad that everyone joined us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Thanks for watching our review, and we'll be back next week with episode 8. And there's only 2 episodes left for this season. Yeah.
Yay, Borgias. So thank you for coming. Have a good night. Bye.